Good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Done with work for the week. Ready to look at some TFT. Maybe I'll even play TFT later. What a crazy idea. But but yeah, going good.
Rare, huh?
Yeah, honestly, but between like coaching like more, I realized like I so much time that I used to just like play some games. Now I end up just coaching, which is fun and uh I like coaching a lot, but I'm like, man, I should just I don't know. I might this weekend just block out some time just to grind out some games, which would be fun.
My problem is knowing when to stop playing when I get like tired
Yeah.
or when I'm doing other things. It's funny. Um, yeah, I did. Did you ever get a chance? I don't know if you ever seen that. I sent you a link. Did you ever look at that by chance?
Oh yeah. I think I was like, oh yeah, you sent this at 10:30. I was probably like falling asleep at that point. What was this game? Let me
Good. I'll
¿Tienes
show.
que entregar
Like
algo?
just even if I was gonna show it to you, but even if you don't want to look at it, if you
Uh-huh.
just go to like 32 minutes,
Okay.
I feel like it's worth looking at. I don't know if you've ever seen anything like that. It's
Okay.
pretty funny.
I pulled up 32 minutes. Let's see. All right, waiting for the fight to start. Okay. Okay. All right.
You'll see. You'll know when it happens.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. What even happened there? He ulted this dude, and then he like prowlers procced, and then like on multiple units. That's
I
insane. Yeah.
That was just like one of those once in a lifetime things. Like
Yeah.
that was maybe the funnest game I've played this entire set was that spectral claw thing, Vander, gloves
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. That is insane. Oh my god.
He just cruises and just it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
It's also broken, I feel like. That gloves off, like if you can get any kind of tempo with it, it's like guaranteed top four. Like it's almost
Yeah.
like guaranteed top two.
I've
Like
seen every time I've seen somebody take this, they've done quite well with it. So yeah, look pretty good.
if you just keep any kind of tempo, as long as you don't just get like horribly. Um, the thing I've come to notice is like I'm very bad at playing sorcerers.
Okay.
Like terrible at it. Like
Hmm.
I don't think I've top four with sorcerers in recent memory.
Hmm.
And I got a whole bunch of games.
Okay.
We can watch a couple of them
Yeah.
or whatever, and then go from there. And then I also wanted to. I'll remember when we're doing this, but I wanted to ask you a question. I forget what it was. Maybe
Okay.
I'll share my screen.
Yeah, maybe the games will proc your memory.
Um, like it's so bad. It's like sorcerer. I'm awful at sorcerer. I literally just started typing and I can't play sorcerer. Here we'll look at this one. I'll
Yeah.
open this thing and do VLC.
Yeah, I mean we can take a look and see what the issue is with sorcerers. I will say sometimes there's just a set where like a comp does not click with you, and like I've had it happen to me before. Let's see. How many sets ago did you play? Did you play the dragons set at all?
No, it's been a long time since I played.
Yeah.
Honestly, like before this, I don't think I played until like I think it had
Right.
been like over 6 sets or something like that.
Right. Okay, so you don't know the comp, but there was a comp in that set that like everybody was like, this is just the best comp. It's like so good. And every single time I would get it, I would hit like the perfect, 2-star everything, and then I would just go like fifth with it. And I was just like, I don't get what the issue is. And sometimes at least, sets in TFT rotate around. So if something doesn't click with you too bad, I mean, in like another like month and some change, we'll be moving towards another set. So yeah, it's all good. But I mean, for now, yeah, we can definitely take a look and see what's going wrong in the Sork games.
Can you see?
Yep.
Oh, one I just don't feel like. How do I make it go faster? Do I go like this? So
VLC. I think the hotkey is the bracket, the
okay,
opened or the closed bracket. Yeah.
there we go. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like a little bit. That's what I wanted to ask you about was variance too. Like, there's another game I want to show you where it's just like I want to ask like if you would have done anything differently as far as like maybe when you finished rolling or
Hmm.
how you would have gone about rolling it. That's one thing I wanted to ask you about.
Okay.
Um, because sometimes, I mean, the game is a game of randomness to a
Hmm.
point. So sometimes you can just get a little unlucky
Yeah.
and shit doesn't go your way. Just like you can have a game where it's like, yeah, I didn't even really have to play. Like the game just kind of like fell into place.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Though.
But
eh,
sometimes I don't want to use that as a crutch.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, and I try to never use that as an excuse. But like sometimes it's just like, man, I feel like I really had all the circumstances, and then I did it, and it's just like, yep. And then you lose all your tempo or something, and then you're just, you're dead after that.
Yeah. 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 I mean, yeah. I think in general, there is variance in TFT obviously, and sometimes there's just kind of like nothing that you can do about it. But like I do think the cool thing about TFT is because there's so many decision points. Like yeah, maybe you rolled and you missed your carry that you were looking for, but if you'd rolled down more flexibly, you could have played something else. Or maybe you played a line that was really really weak, so you kind of like had to high roll in certain ways. Or maybe if you had slammed better items and saved HP, maybe low roll, but instead of low rolling into like a seventh or a sixth, you could low roll into like a fifth or a fourth or something like that. It's always about eking out placements, and there is variance, but also like if you drop dish soap into a plat, emerald, diamond, masters game, he is top fouring an insane percentage of the time. He will bot four sometimes when just like he takes a line that
But the averages, like, of course, like he's like, if the casino was TFT, he would
yeah,
be a winner consistently. Like he could
yes,
make a profession out of it. Like that I
exactly.
get. And I just kind of like want to make sure that I'm identifying that sometimes and not like just being like, oh, well, that was variance.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. And yeah, I think that's what coaching is perfect for. I will say, like, to start off this game, you end up we take Cluttered Mind. I just don't like this augment very much. Like, I would have taken a few of our other options over this. You rolled over Epoch, which I think is just like it's like an econ augment in the same way, but it also kind of gives you that like tempo, which is really helpful. I just Cleared Mind, Cluttered Mind, like these augments like need to be buffed. Though I don't really know how you buff them because like maybe you just give them an extra few like units or something for Cluttered Mind or something, but it feels like Cluttered Mind is like a power crept augment where like this augment has like remained the same for like a few sets and like other augments have gotten better and this has just like stayed the same basically. And so like I'd rather take Epoch in this spot, or you had another like decent combat option that we could have taken as well. So it's just like I mean I am doing my best to not take Cluttered Mind when I play TFT usually, just because yeah, I mean, you just have to hold all this econ on your bench to, get that extra XP. And I mean, you are coming out ahead. You could make 10 here, but instead, we're getting the 3 gold. But like, there is still a cost to it compared to like almost any other one like this. Like Patient Study, there's almost no cost to it. Like you have to lose to get the full value, but even if you win, you get 2 gold. Or like Epoch, you're always getting that value. So it's like it's too many hoops to jump through for not enough like value. Is my vibe on Cluttered and Clear Mind. I think is like. I mean, they're both kind of
This
bad. Clear Mind might be even worse. They're both bad in my heart, though.
this one's got like the perfect opener. I'm just like, all right, well that sucks because I'll
Yeah.
lose to this guy because I'll never get through that swing. Um, like I know that the AP thing, I don't feel as comfortable. So like I know I don't make them perfect items choices and stuff like that. And that I know that going into this, like I've already looked at this game a little bit, but like just some of the ways that like I don't know what to do. That you'll see. Like there'll be questions. I'm sure there's some pivotal points I'd be
Hmm.
curious to your information because like
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, on Carousel there, you'd love to take something to slam. I mean, your only potential slam here is Steadfast Heart if you had taken Chain, which like I don't really love. So I do think like what you're doing here is fine.
yeah, they're
I
just crap items. And like I can't believe I'm not getting a Darius. Like I'm trying to get a Darius, but it's just never happening.
Yeah, I would say like rounds like this, it's really important to like because you go level 5, you want to fit in an extra unit on your board. But I think we actually like you were playing Bruiser on the board earlier. We should definitely still be playing Bruiser in this setup here because it buffs up our strongest unit. Also, don't sell there because we lost 3 gold of cluttered vine value to make 1 gold of you know yeah
Yeah, you see,
yeah
yeah,
yeah
just
you
like
hover it
that.
happy. You're like, oh, I didn't do
Yeah.
that. But yeah, like
So like stuff like that, I know I fucked it.
yeah
Yeah,
yeah
or
yeah.
I'm sorry, I know I messed up. Like that's obvious to me. It's
Mhm.
like, all right, that's clearly that was a mistake. Check. Don't do that. Like I do stuff like that like I'll make impulsive decisions sometimes that are incorrect, and like sometimes I wish I would slow down sometimes. Um, but like that I'm conscious of and like I can work on, like that. I knew that was a mistake instantly. I was like, damn. But like some of the stuff, like I don't genuinely know probably what the best is to do for sure.
Yeah. I think I mean yeah,
Like you'll see later, we get really stuck in it. Like I high roll LeBlanc, I end up with two-star LeBlancs or something,
okay. All right. Sounds interesting.
and go like fifth
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
with
Well,
two radium items on them on LeBlanc. Like it's crazy. Like I just cannot get a front line. Like I
yeah.
can't get Swain, I can't get Darius, I can't get like
Well, here's where, and I think like this is also you
I
kind of
get
going down
confused.
that route where okay, let's pause here on the section where we can look at items and also just like units wise, because I think like we're still kind of falling into this issue of like, I mean,
They're all trash.
yeah, it's like I mean, I definitely want to play Force Orc on this board, but we had a 2-star stab. Like, I would be fine if our board is Force Orc, and then like on 6, it's 2 Bruiser with the stab. It's better than this Darius one, who it's just like if you play this board, you're just not gonna have very much frontline at all, and like you're at least Vlad pair, so maybe we'll find it. But like, when you sell a unit like that, just be careful that you're putting in something better. And here, like, I mean, just Watcher is barely gonna do anything on this very low HP Darius here, so I would lean away from that. And then item wise here, you make Declaw. I feel like you probably have to make Adaptive Helm here, just as like your kind of mana item, or else you're going to be stuck with too many components open. I was thinking like Adaptive Helm, Steadfast Heart, and then you can leave those other components open for like damage item plus either a tank item or like an Spark or something like that. Because we make Declaw, I guess you can make Declaw Steadfast Heart. I want to make at least 2 items here. I don't want to be stuck here with like 4 components sitting on bench in this spot. So Declaw Steadfast Heart. I think adaptive. I mean, adaptive is just better because it's a mana item, and like it can either be a frontline item or it can be kind of everything on this board, which is cool. And so we make this, and yeah, if we are doing this, I would also just make Steadfast Heart because like, what else are we gonna like? I guess you can think about greeting the chain for like Heal Cut or something like that, but it's just having 4 components open in TFT. I mean, is not ideal. We
I mean, it
just
feels
barely won this
horrible.
fight. Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe slamming TG. Like, I mean, I know like it feels terrible, but I'm just like, man, I hate these items. Like, they're so terrible. I think I take slamming. I know I do. Because I just forward thinking, I feel like I'll die. I
Forward
don't
thinking
know.
these, I mean,
I always die when I take.
well, forward thinking, like if you weren't cluttered here, I think forward thinking is like fantastic because
But too
you're
greedy
like
with.
you're so healthy. But yeah, with cluttered mind here, it's pretty sus, I would say. Just because it's gonna take too long for you to get cluttered value. Okay, let's go back and pause on items. And then actually, let's go back to augment as well. Because like my issue with Slammin is just kind of like the double econ augment idea, where it's just like if you take double econ augment, you have to cap your board out really, really, really high, just because like you're gonna be down 2 full augments late game. And so like I am almost never taking cluttered mind into Slammin here, just because like I really don't want to double up on econ augments like in general. Like after taking first econ augment, I'm always looking to take combat augment here. What was the middle option again? Go back a little, because I feel like I remember the middle option being, yeah, Piercing Lotus. I think is totally fine in your spot. You have no MR shred at this point, so it kind of like guarantees you that MR shred. We also have these gloves open, which could end up being like a guard breaker, and then you're getting Piercing Lotus value. So yeah, I would just try not to take double econ in general, unless you're playing like an insanely high, like if you're playing like Giga Fast 9 comp, then like maybe, but like yeah,
I
you,
think that I
mhm.
think that's what I'm thinking now. Right now, like I have no idea because like I haven't hit any unit that I want to hit. I have nothing really on the bench. I have nothing. Like I'm literally, to me, I don't know what to do. So I'm like, okay, the only way that I can make this work with Swerk is like to get LeBlanc. I know it's super important. So I'm thinking maybe I can get there fast because that other guy had everything already. He had the Swain, all that. And like I just don't know where to pivot. I don't have any items that really give me super direction. I got like a tanky front line.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm just very like I just don't feel good, I guess. I'm very
yeah.
like at this point.
Yeah, I mean, your default line is definitely sourced from here. One guy contesting you sorks and like guaranteed playing it is not the end of the world. If there was another guy, maybe you could think about a pivot into something like a Heimerdinger type comp. I think would be totally fine as well. But yeah, it's just yeah.
I'm thinking front line. I'm like, I know every time I play Sorks, I never have a front line.
Mhm.
So like, I need to make some tanky items. I guess are the best things I can make right now.
So you definitely want to make a tank item here. I would, because you end up making two tank items. I think you make Steadfast Redemption here.
Yeah.
But like the problem with that is just in general in TFT, like you really, really, really want to balance out your item slams between frontline and backline, and like your end goal should be like your ideal world. If you only could make 6 completed items, is make 3 frontline items, 3 backline items, because like the fourth frontline item really doesn't do that much. It ends up just sitting on this like an extra unit here. I think it goes on Vlad. Ideally, we should move. What we should do is use this remover, move our tank items over to Vlad, because he's a Vlad 2. He's gonna be better than a Darius 1, even though Vlad is, as far as tanks go, he's not that great. But you really want to get to 3 tank items here and then start looking at damage items. And you actually have really, really good components to make damage items. I think because we got this belt out of Slammin, go Steadfast Heart, go Guardbreaker, and then hold tier open for a mana item. And your items are fantastic. Like Guardbreaker is, if we get to Zoe, like if we play that version, one of Zoe's best damage item, because the things bounce it around, proccing it so much. And then you have tier open for mana item. The problem with Redemption is now we're getting rid of our mana gen item, which is going to be quite important in this comp, for a 4th frontline item. And it's just like, who really cares about getting a 4th frontline item when we could be like, here you're kind of starving for backline items, and then we turn a damage component in tier into a frontline item. So just try to like balance out frontline and backline components in general, and just try to get to like the main goal. The main goal is 3 frontline items and 3 backline items, and this is like moving us away from that.
No, that's a really good point. The balance.
Yep. And
I don't think I necessarily consider that as much. Just like maybe I have the end, not necessarily like how you go about it. Just like, yeah, if you gave me 6 items, I would put 3 and 3, probably, something like that. But like building them, I may do like 3 up front first, and then 3 in the back. When you should do like, well, that makes a lot of sense. So I like that. That's a good point.
Yeah. Generally, balancing is just really nice, because it means that if you start the game with like just 3 frontline items open, and then off minions you get like cloak, belt, and then chain, like what are you gonna do? So that can help a bit in spots like this as well. Just like balance it out, because like if off wolves here you get like chain, cloak here, then like we're just gonna have no damage items this game, which is it would be not ideal, I would say.
Well, we do end up with damage. I will say
Okay.
that.
Good. In that same vein, I definitely would like to get a damage item here. Guardbreaker is pretty good. If not, I would even just take bow. Bow over Guardbreaker there. I think I would just take the Guardbreaker just to guarantee it. This is at least a damage component, so I don't hate it. But like this, it would allow us to make the slam there. And yeah, like if we spend 2 removers, but like these items should end up on Vlad. They should not be onto the Darius 1. Like Darius, I mean, I do think Darius is a better unit in general than Vladimir as a tank, but not this much better that Darius 1 is better than Vladimir 2. Like this is, just always just be trying to think about like putting your items on your highest cost, highest star unit in general, unless there's something really crazy.
That guy's got swaying. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah. I mean, you're one way contested, but I mean, you are double econ augment, so or we're at least one way contested. I don't know actually how many people there are fully. Probably just play 4 Watcher on this board, right? The 2 Sentinel doesn't do much, but you have the Amumu and the Vander. We can just play 4 Watcher, and it'll be a bit better, because like Sentinel is. We'd rather go into the trait that is buffing these units on our board, and we're fighting scrap board. Oh, this guy got scrap +1 from this tailored tower defense thing. Just gives him scrap +1 when he already has scrap. But I mean, okay, the upside to your spot is you are quite rich from double econ augment. Because we're contested, you almost. I mean, we're only. Let's see. I would want to do a full lobby scout here and just see like how contested are we? Like, are there other people who are going to be looking for Zoe? I would also like sell some of these units, but I mean, you're so rich here, you have to level and roll. Yeah, I would just say you have to level and roll here. let's see, Gwinsu. I don't love Gwinsu. I think I'd rather just make JG. Okay, so we hit this. I mean,
So the
honest.
items are not ideal.
Yeah.
But I was thinking LeBlanc later.
Mhm.
But LeBlanc ends up with two, like, looking back on it, the items could have definitely been better on LeBlanc, but still, like, it's still surprising to me that the end game.
Yeah.
Just like,
I want to definitely hold Garen here for Emissary Sork board. Like,
I'm sure I
it's
don't.
actually just a nice version. I mean, could potentially make Bronze for Life work. I tend to not love this this Augment Radiant Refactor. It always it's fun, but I feel like it always underperforms in my games. Get JG here. I would still say I do think Guardbreaker is just a better item than JG, as weird as it is. Oh, and there's our LeBlanc. Okay, huge. We definitely should have, done this. But yeah, you can't do this during combat, sadly.
Yeah. And
So
see, and before I was like, I've really been trying to take into account, like, do the units and then the items, because you can do the items while you're fighting, and like that does, I've messed up many times doing that backwards.
yeah, well, this is the one thing that you
I,
can't do during
yeah,
combat,
and I was
sadly.
like, you know what though, it's still a good habit. Like,
Yeah. That's
I
true.
messed up that one time. It's a unique scenario. I
Yep.
didn't get too beat up on myself on that.
Good.
And I was like, all right, Nashers is really good on LeBlanc because of the quick, the auto attack's really palm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, I'll throw this shit on there. Like, I'm
Yeah.
feeling decent right now. And I'm like, I can go fast 9. Like, I'm still halfway healthy. Like,
Yeah. No, our board's
I figured, I
uh-huh.
figure that's my win condition, right? Like, LeBlanc 2 is the only way I'm going to have a chance in health.
Yeah. No, I mean, especially because we put ourselves in this spot where we took double econ augment. Like, yeah, we need to hit LeBlanc too. And that's maybe why, like, you're talking about, you hit a quite good board late game, but you don't end up actually like capping out that high. It's it's because we took double econ augment here, so it's like a little it's just tough.
Just
But it's also
see
like
them out.
this board here. The problem with this board is we have no front line. Like, that's why I wanted to hold the Garen earlier. Like, the 4 Emissary, 4 Sork setup, just kind of as a default, like, gives you the kind of front line that you need. This Swain unit, frontline Swain is just, he feels so bad after like stage 2. Like, after stage,
Everything feels bad. Like, you can tell I'm desperate for frontline too. I'm like, maybe if I stick these sentinels in here, like, I'm just like,
yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah. But like, our board is almost good. You just need frontline. Like, the LeBlanc is so insane. Like, you can see, this LeBlanc dealt 7.3 thousand damage. Like, this LeBlanc unit is a monster. Like, it's great that we can play around her. Yeah,
This is probably a mistake.
dual wielding
Like,
here. We don't really
I
have
just
anyone to hold on to them for now. Eventually we might find them. I do think it's a bit preemptive to make this our roll down here. We're just gonna be too broke, I think. And we're not holding stuff like Ambessa. Like, we could we've now at this point rolled over Ambessa, Garen, and Trist. Like our dream actually is to level up here, and then on 9 you can play 6 and 4. You can play 6 or 4 Emissary, and then that'll actually give us the front line we need. Because we did all this rolling, and we hit LeBlanc pair, which is pretty cool. We still have no front line though, and we're not holding, the only front lines you can really go in this comp are Emissary with Garen, and then if you find an Elise too, you can play around Elise as well. But our front line being a Swain one is
it's terrible. I
yeah.
feel so bad. Like, but see, that's what I'm missing. Like, you're talking about the Emissary, like, until you just said that, like, I'm like, yeah, I would have never probably thought of that. Like, because I just don't know. I don't know. I'm much better at the AD comps, like what units transition into other things. I feel like I just, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
No,
that's probably what I'm asking. You know what I mean? That's why I have such a hard time with it.
no, it's weird. I coached someone yesterday who did the exact same thing and was not interested in the Emissary units in Sork. So maybe it's kind of like I don't know, an uncommon thing. I'm not sure.
And I'm desperate for frontline. Like, I know I just need to buy time. Like, this LeBlanc will do enough damage if I can just give it time.
Yeah.
I end up hitting the Zoe. Like, I end up hitting everything. Like,
my God, this LeBlanc is actually a beast. Yeah, no, we hit a lot of decent stuff here. Still, I don't know. I would lean towards holding on to the Jace and maybe play Jace over Sentinel, frontline Jace here just for some more frontline. Just so that you have that onto your board, just because how much is Sentinel really doing? And I don't know. I think you checked Academy items, but I didn't see. But yeah, I mean, our backline's fantastic. Like we made it to 9. Our econ augments, allowed us to get there. I mean, Zoe's doing work, LeBlanc's doing work. Yeah, I really think the thing missing from this game is frontline. Like if you had like a Garen 2 here, or an Elise 2, or just like even like the Alawi we could have held on to as well, and had like Alawi 2 here. If you had, yeah, you even
I,
start frontlining the Lux here because you're like, I need
okay,
somebody.
I get
Elise,
the Black Rose in,
huge. Yeah.
still get blown up, but I needed to do it sooner. I feel like
Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't even realize I got it in.
it's good to get it in, but it's still like this is not enough. Like our frontline is every unit on our frontline is 1 star except for I think Leona 2 and Vlad 2. But like all of our important units, like our 4 costs are all stuck 1 star. And like because we went 9 a bit early, it's also just like impossible for us to really like make it there. You know, like we're never going to, like we just don't have the gold to find Elise 2 here, and there's like multiple Elises out of the pool, so it's just like so hard to find at this point. So yeah, and then you pick up the LeBlanc, and then what? We roll down here and find another LeBlanc 2, and then yeah, the double LeBlanc 2. I mean, this unit's quite good. Victor over. It's actually kind. I wonder what's better. Yeah, and we can move the Zoe items over to the second LeBlanc here, just as a better carry.
But I don't have a remover.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh,
Because
that's
I was
tragic.
gonna, trust me.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
then boom. Man, it was only fitting. Like gloves off.
True.
Executed me.
True. But yeah, I would say biggest thing this game. I mean, some of our our augment choices, like double econ augment, I think is just not it in general. Like the itemization priority, it ended up actually being fine, but like you open yourself up to low rolling there. Playing some stronger stuff in the mid game, you know, like playing certain traits, and then the emissary, just like having a frontline with Sorks, just 4 emissary is going to give you so much more frontline with Sorks than what we ended up playing.
I genuinely think if I would have, I mean, I've seen so many Garens. I don't know if you noticed, but I think if I would have just had emissaries in my mind at any point, I would have top 4.
Yeah, I think so.
If I would have made the switch and just like it could have been a Trist 1, Mbessa 1, and a Garen 2.
Oh yeah,
I think it would have been enough.
Yeah, you'd be in a way better spot then. So yeah, I think
Okay,
if you're
that's the key, because like I always get to the end and feel like I just don't have a front line, and that's
it's just the Sork frontliners. Like Vladimir is not a. I mean, once again, I'm thinking of an example of like a previous set, but there was a set. I think it was set 8 where the sorcerer type comp had a 2-cost tank, and the 2-cost tank was like really good. Like it's not the case this set anymore. Like Vladimir is just garbage as far as tanks go. Swain, when you get like really past stage 2 at all, is just not a tank at all either. Like it's not it.
I can't win. I'm awful at Sork. I can't play Sorks. They're all like 6, and I'm telling you, it's the same thing every time.
Oh, and I can see it's like you're screen sharing like Discord for me or something. I don't know. I can't see your screen itself.
Maybe I am. It wouldn't shock me. Oh yeah, I was. Anyway, but no, I was just saying you can see like it just says I can't win Swords. I'm awful at Swords.
Oh, rest in peace. Can't play Sorks, yeah.
Yeah, can't play Sorks.
Well, we could do another Sork if you want, but I think honestly, just that like playing more for Emissary with the Sork board, and like you can just play 4. Like you don't have to play 6 Sork. You can play 4 Emissary, 4 Sork until you either get Sork +1 or are able to push levels. But 4 Emissary, 4 Sork will be a lot better in the mid game than just 6 Sork, but like 0 frontline. So yeah.
No, I think that's huge. I think that was the huge takeaway from that. Like, because that's what I was trying to get to. I just didn't know where to go, and I feel like when I don't have any idea where to go is when it's really, that helps a lot.
Yep.
This one's the variance one. What was I just gonna ask? Oh, by the way, did you hear about the Kimbaron thing where like if you put Renata on calling card, it'll always give you Visionary?
Oh yeah, well all the Kimbarons now because there's
that's
no
the one
Kimbaron
that
emblem anymore.
I thought would be utilized the most because
I agree. Well, it works for the for whatchamacallits, the emissaries as well, because there's no emissary emblem. Like people were always talking about that, but like You know, like if you put Nami, it'll always give you Sork. But yeah, now because there's no Chem Baron emblem, yeah, you can basically handpick what you want. Which is pretty cool. Gargoyle Death Count, pretty good.
Also, what was I gonna say? They said that like 4-2 now, like you'll never get like, say you're playing like Sentinel Tristana, you're not gonna get like an enforcer emblem or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, but I hate. What are your thoughts about 2-1 giving you something that you have? Like,
Oh,
I'll have
well,
like
but you
Fluttered Mind, 3 boards, and it'll be like Zeri sniper emblem, and it's like I don't have Zeri, like I don't have Watchers, like I don't have items for this.
yeah. Yeah, I
It just
mean, I
it's
think
similar. Like, where do they draw the line? Is what I'm asking.
yeah. I mean, at 2-1 there is it's just complete random, right? Like there's no like tailoring your augment at all. So, I think they're never going to make it so that you can like yeah, like tailor anything 2-1 or that it will change it all 2-1. So that's just I don't know, the way they want to do it, which is fair enough. All right, so we have a decent Renata spot. I would 1 trillion% roll the other augments just to get a look at it, but I do think if you end up uncontested Renata this game, you'll be pretty happy. You did a quick scout there. It was quick, so I didn't actually see everybody you scouted, but well, I
No
mean,
one plays it
okay,
this entire game,
okay,
and like
yeah,
this
no,
is the one where I want to ask about like variance and stuff like that. Like, did I just like
yeah, yeah.
roll at the wrong time or whatnot? Because like I am constantly scouting. Like I'm even like trying the little wave thing for a second. Like it's just I don't know. I get
Oh,
very
I don't know about
frustrated.
the wave thing. I don't think you should get too baited
It's
by the wave
hilarious.
thing.
I don't. I just seen a Renata and I was over 50 gold and I was like, I'll give it a couple more
Yeah,
rolls.
yeah. I mean,
It didn't hit, and I was like, all right. But like, do I need to like not get the other? You'll see.
yeah, yeah, okay, okay. I'm done. Yeah, we can we can see what happens. Because yeah, I mean the spot looks pretty good. The only downside is that like we don't have a slam immediately, but our components are overall pretty good. I wouldn't even buy this. Oh, we just okay. Well, -1 gold, but
Too
that's fine.
sure.
I mean, who cares?
Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna win.
Yeah, hopefully. If we don't win, it's actually like the most tragic thing of all time.
I'll sell. I guarantee you, I'll sell that son of a gun.
Okay, we're fine. We
But I know
won.
we'll
Yeah,
win.
we're chilling. We're chilling. Nice. Okay, okay. But unnecessary completely. Um, well, okay. Let's see what we end up going for here. Because there's
Like items suck. I know that the items suck. Everything. Like I don't even care about the items in this game. Like
okay. I mean, I think that's pretty important though for this comp.
yeah, but it's not even the. I'm not worried about so much the results. It's more so I just want to focus on like the rolling and like
Okay.
whether or not you know what I'm trying to
Yeah, yeah,
ask.
yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. Like I don't know if the items are good or not in this game, but like that's not. Yeah, the main thing I wanted to like. I was like, ooh, I want to watch this one was because of the rolling and stuff.
Okay.
Because I feel like it should
Yeah.
have been a very good situation, and
I will
didn't go
say,
that.
when you take Starry Night, like you are a bit more incentivized to roll at higher levels. Like instead of rolling at and yeah, pick up
Like
Leona 2 here,
six,
which is nice.
right?
Yeah, like five
Or
and five and
seven.
six as opposed to like level 4. Like in this comp, oftentimes people roll a bit on 4, but like I would
I wait
usually
till six. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, I think 6 and 5 are the main levels that you need to be rolling for in this comp. Yeah, honestly, you might be able to just push Fast 6. We sold like that was the Leona that we sold, right? I mean, you can go for Leona 3. I mean, it's like she's kind of garbage, but like if you get a random Leona 3, I would take it, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. But it's something that you can think about at least, especially with Starry Night. Like you have good odds of hitting like everything
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah, I'm scouting. I'm like, all right, no one's playing Renata the entire game. So like, we can skip, skip. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we don't want to lose this fight. Okay, yeah, let's look at
I get
this.
pouch. I get the visionary one. I'm like, I'll take that.
Yeah, yeah.
It could have been mana flow, I guess, but this one's good too, right?
I think this one's quite good. Okay, and so your plan is just to roll everything on 6. I mean, yeah, I think with this augment, it's fine to just push 6 and roll. Let's see, we could go this round.
Because to me, the most important thing is the Renata, and then like you can kind of. I just want to get to 6 visionary fast, honestly, most of the time.
Yeah, I think 6 visionary is very important in this comp, though. Like, we definitely need to roll some. next round, I would say. Drop to 67 here. We're 50 gold here. It's a little bit awkward because like you'd be pumping over like we're gonna waste a little bit of gold. Oh my god. Well, there's Cinch 3. And then we pick up Morgana 2. Kind of a little bit weird that we roll on 5 there after pumping all of our XP. But I mean, now that we have Cinch 3, we feel pretty good. Okay.
I think I thought I was 6, to be honest.
Oh, okay, yeah.
After I saw the Cinch, I was like, click, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And then I'm pretty sure we actually even win this. Get to 50. And then I'm thinking like go 3-6, have a ton of money, and roll down on 6.
Mm-hmm. But I think there's another game where like, I mean, I like Morello here. I don't hate Morello in this comp, but it's like we really need a front line.
Items, they're so trash. I ended up building Sunfire too. Like,
yeah,
I shouldn't have been playing
like
the
we
game.
really need like I would go like Steadfast Heart here, just guarantee that. Like we need frontline items. We have a Singe 3 with no items. Like it's pretty crazy. Like the other option would have been we could have not made Morello and kept that belt open and then go for like Warmogs or something like that. But like now we're here. So
it's like the point you made earlier though.
Yep, the balancing.
Yeah, so because I do end up, I think, with a pretty decent balance of items. Just like you said, like the way I go about it is incorrect. Like the balancing act of it.
Yep.
And you can see that I am constantly scouting. Like I am making sure that there's not another Renata in the entire game.
Yeah, I would definitely say this round we should try to roll. Like I would roll at least to 50, probably to 40, just to try to find Renata too, because like we're 67 HP. Like you really want to be winning these fights. Looks like we barely do win this fight, which is really good. But it's just like we really do not want to lose fights this stage. Okay, and we do end up hitting Renata too, which is big. Okay.
There's literally 24 of her.
This affects too. Okay. All right, and yeah, we don't have to dip much below 40 here. Okay, now we have Renata too. I mean, yeah, the spot looks not bad at all. The only thing that's kind of awkward are items, but I mean, as long as we get somewhat reasonable items from Wolves, we should be pretty happy. And then we just need to start like actually finding our Renatas and stuff next level. But I mean, we already have 4. We're on level 6, 40 gold. Yeah, I mean, the spot from here looks good. We have a lot of Aurelias. I wouldn't really roll here just because like now we lost all this bench space. Like we want to have bench space open for Wolves here. Yeah, and then you end up like selling stuff because you want to make more bench space. But like now, like if we pick up these orbs, they're just always gonna be gold. Like what if they're Renatas in those orbs and stuff like that? Like it's awkward. Okay, at least we get our Reforger here. I would probably not hold on to the extra Morgs just because we were closer to Vex, though we end up hitting. Okay.
See, that's bad.
Sunfire, yeah, I don't like at Sunfire at all. I mean,
we have Morellos.
Yeah, like we've already made Morellos. It gets rid of I mean,
it's like the items.
Okay. Let's go back. Let's go back. I mean, okay. I guess you know that the items are trash, but we should definitely be like Steadfast Heart. I think there was something else. It could have been like Steadfast Heart plus like another real tank item, and our items could have just been a lot better. Yeah, Blazing Soul's actually like okay. Oh, final. I mean, the support anvil is pretty good. The full item is like whatever. Moonstone, I'm pretty sure. I mean, Aegis and Moonstone both sound nice. Don't put it on frontline. Protector's Vow. Don't put Moonstone on frontline. Moonstone, like you need the unit who is holding Moonstone Renewer to be alive to shield. And so if you just put it on a backliner, it'll always be alive until your frontline dies. But now the second the Cinch dies, we lose Moonstone value. And now we can't actually put a real tank on him. Moonstone is like a backline item. Even though it's like
it's the first time I've ever played it ever in this entire patch.
Yeah. Just throw it on like Vex or Morg here. It's like
I think I've played like 600 games or something.
That's actually crazy that you haven't hit a Moonstone. But yeah, okay, Renata.
But then I think I get triggered.
Yeah,
and I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Well, okay, I mean, now that you're this many Renatas, you kind of have to roll it down. But yeah, I think I think you pulled the trigger a bit early here. You're 41 HP. I mean, it's also just like if we were and GG thanks Starry Night. But like
at this point, like I know the game's over.
I mean, it's not over, but it's not a great
spot
recovery.
Now. There's no recovery. Like I feel so terrible.
I don't know about all that, but it's definitely not.
You're gonna give me a Malzahar or something. Like maybe I can make it work, but I don't got enough gold to fit them in. Like I don't even know what to do at this point. Like I don't know. I got dejected.
I mean, you said you don't want to focus on items for sure. I was like, I said you said you didn't want to focus on items this game, but I do think like your spot is really not bad. Like we're definitely like
tilted.
Yeah, like if you had just played like if you had better items here, you also wouldn't like feel such a pressure on you to roll. Like you'd be a little bit healthier. You'd probably be like 50 HP here, and then you wouldn't like have to roll to 0 in a spot like
Oh,
this. There's this savage snap pros. But yeah, like if you made slightly better items, then you wouldn't end up in this spot where you feel like you have to roll this deep. But also, yeah, like we should just not be rolling this deep. I mean, like we haven't upgraded our board almost at all. From rolling from 50 gold to 0 gold, and we're still winning these fights. Like you see, we're winning all of these fights. So
I
yeah.
just feel so bad because like I see people are 8. I don't even have Renata 3. I have no gold. I don't know. Just when I rolled down, I was just very disappointed.
Yeah.
It's like I had Starry Night. I don't think I hit a single Starry Night Renata the entire game, and she literally is completely uncontested. And I just felt like that was
Yeah. No, you got to Renata from just regular Renatas. But, the Starry Night
a bit
got you to all these
overboard.
other 3 stars. Like, that is the upside. And, like, I think if you're in this spot and you have good tank items, like, the other thing is here, because we made crazy bad tank items, like, now we have to take this anomaly that gives us more tank items, which just feels bad. Like, we'd be in such a better spot if our tank items were, like, Warmogs, like Steadfast Heart, and then like some third thing, I don't know, like Declaw or something, and then like we had like a real anomaly onto like Renata or a real anomaly onto like Singed here. Like our spot could be a lot better, and we could also be way richer. Not have to be rolling to 0 gold in this spot.
So like, when would you have rolled the not? This is what the question would have been
Yeah.
for me.
Let's go back to when. I mean, yeah, obviously we can fix items and stuff here, and yeah,
So like I'm 4-1, and I'm like I wasn't that strong during 3, and I needed to be like 4. I feel like I'm gonna start falling off very hard.
oh yeah, I mean you
Like
can
by
definitely roll a
5,
bit
I'm gonna
here.
start.
I mean, I also, like I said, I don't know why we saw those vexes there, but we end up like not getting punished at all, so it's all good. But yeah, like you can stop on 30 gold here, make some decent items, and like you will not be like stable this stage, but you'll be like okay. You will be like decently like fine this like you win most of the fights this stage, I'm pretty sure. Like you lose, I think, yeah, you lose this one, but then you win like a lot of the other fights, and our board does not get that much better across this stage. Like our board is pretty decent with these 3 stars. Like you don't have to feel that much pressure. Yeah, you're 55 HP. I think you like lose the next one, and then like you really start like rolling a lot. But yeah, like I think your spot is perfectly fine. And like you feel more pressure because like the other thing is just kind of like we're pretty far from everything right now. Like when you start rolling for Renatas, it's just like we're not going to find Renata 3. Like I think you roll more next round. We can look at like when you actually start rolling. But yeah, okay, so you don't roll this round, which I think is good. Like I think you can just sit on your board for this round for and yeah, you lose to this guy who like they're Nocturne 3 with like BIS. Like you're always going to lose to this board, and like that's fine. Like you don't have to. I think this is a
I
very, very
think that
common
might
thing.
have
Mhm.
triggered me. Is like
Yep.
everybody else has a 2-star reroll comp. They all have their 3 stars. I have Starry Night uncontested. Like I can't hit. I don't know. I think that's.
Yeah. But yeah,
And then
like
here I start.
like
Look,
you
let's.
yeah, and then you roll this year. Like you could just sit this round. I think you were either 50 or 40 gold at the start of this round. Like you should just sit this round, but I think this is a really, really common thing in TFT where like you lose a fight and you go like, "Oh my god, I'm so weak. Like I need to roll down here." But look, our board changed literally 0 from us rolling here, and we just like we stomped this guy. Like this fight is not that close at all. And our board changed literally 0 from rolling. So you can see like your board is decent. Like it's weaker than the Nocturne guy, but what you need to realize is when you fight the Nocturne guy, go, wow, like I lost that fight because that guy has an insane board, not because my board sucks. That guy had Nocturne 3, RFC, IE, Hodge. He had 3-star Akali as well. Like his board, his setup was insane. Like you're always gonna lose that fight until you hit like literally everything. So don't make that, because that's what happened is you lost that fight and you felt the pressure of losing that fight and be like, I'm 40 HP. If I take another loss, I'm like 30. But like a lot of these boards are garbage that you're like scouting now. Like that board was really, really strong. But a lot of these were like this board we're fighting, they're stuck on Twitch 1 carry. Like who cares? Like we don't even really like need big upgrades to beat this guy, because how is like Twitch 1 going to get through our entire board? He's just like slowly like he barely kills a unit this fight. So like we could be 50 gold last round, 50 gold this round, slow rolling, and then hit Renata 3 with a good amount of gold, and then like actually be able to take a good anomaly here as well if we made better items, and then like our game's totally different.
I think I let sometimes outside information too, like
Mm-hmm.
become too cemented. Like because you look at all the like the charts and stuff, and it's like, well, at 3-2 you want to be here, and at
Mm-hmm.
like 4-3 you want to be here in a reroll comp, and then
Mm-hmm.
like So then I feel like, yeah, I feel the pressure because like 4-6, I bet you on all those charts, it's like you should have hit Renata 3 by now.
Yeah, you should have, but I mean, it's okay. Like you said, there's variance within TFT. Like you cannot guarantee that you can hit Renata 3 every game, but like what you can do is guarantee that you have as much gold as possible to hit Renata 3. You know, if we
I
don't
don't even mean like the hitting her. I just mean like I guess I feel like because I didn't like I missed my power spike, I guess, or whatever.
but
I don't
like
know. I feel like I'm in a really bad spot. I
yeah,
guess
like
is what.
in an ideal world with Starry Night, like we would have hit Renata 3 faster. But like also like part of the thing that I think, you said like, oh, I took Starry Night, I didn't see a single Renata. But like Starry Night gave you Singe 3, Irelia 3, Vex 3, Morgana 3. Like you hit all these other, supportive units and like Singed as your main tank. Like it got you there. And that's part of the reason why you're so like stable this stage, like why you won those 2 fights is because like all of our other units are start up. Like we can win these fights even without Renata 3. So like that's also the value of the augment, and that's like that's also what you can kind of like take the context of your spot like more into play there and say, okay, I don't have Renata 3, but I've got all these other upgrades, and so like it's okay, like I'll be able to like make it.
See, that's probably more so also like the whole like playing a little slower and not being so impulsive.
Yeah, no, I mean some of that was certainly like tilt
For
rolling at the
sure.
end there looking for it, which I mean, yeah,
To be
happens.
fair, that was this morning and like I had been playing. Like I don't think I had slept yet. So there's that too. That's why I was just asking about the rolling more so than like the items. Like I was like, I know that the reason why I made like a sunfire and a what do you call it is because like I'm half awake. This game though is fun to watch. I
Okay.
figure I'll just go through it real quick and we can just and then we can be done.
Okay.
I think we have another one on Sunday.
Yeah, I think so. Let me pull it up to make sure, but that sounds correct. Yep. Sunday, same time. Okay. So what is this? Tristana Urgot game?
No,
No? Okay. So we're just
I
playing these
feel like
guys
this
for
is
now.
a game. I feel like this is a game where it goes. I don't know. I feel like it's a game
Okay,
where
okay.
I do some stuff and then
I'm
I
excited
think
to see where it goes.
we definitely end up with a very good unit at some point,
Oh, okay.
and that's why we win the game.
I
It's
like
not like we
having good
play
units on my board.
great TFT or anything.
All right, gotta build some items. Yeah, I think IE Bramble seems quite reasonable here. Yeah.
I think I enjoy TFT a lot more when I don't play real comps.
And don't play reroll?
Yeah, I think like I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I like being strong and playing rerolls because they're strong and I feel like they're very, in some ways, easier.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel like I have as much fun. I feel like I have a lot more fun when I can cook a little bit. And I
Yeah.
almost feel like I'm a better player when I'm cooking a little bit.
Yeah, no, I hear
Not
you.
too much.
You do definitely like lose some player agency when you play reroll. Like if you're a player who's like smurfing or like it's early set or something like that, like an example is like when like high elo, like if like Dish Soap plays in like an open tournament or something, like if he's playing in like the Macau Open, or if he's playing in like I don't know, those guys don't usually play in like the sub regionals where they're playing with like Diamond and Masters players, but if he was playing in that, people who are like good players who play in those will basically never play reroll just because like you lose so much player agency, and like if you think you are better than the other players in your lobby, then
To do that.
yeah, like why would you ever play reroll when you could just go like fast 9 every single game because you're win streaking for free every single game, and like you're slamming good items and just like playing good TFT. So I mean, what you're saying is definitely like real in that like you lose some agency playing reroll, but like if you think you're equal skill with the people in your lobby, like there is a lot to be gained by if you get a reroll spot playing around it, and like that might just be the best line that you can play. But yeah, okay, pretty cool. I collector. We got this route open. There's a Twitch on carousel. That'd be pretty cool. Oh, maybe Corky. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I like the Twitch. Yeah, I mean we have. I mean,
We have best in slot items.
yeah. This is like bis Twitch, and like we actually have all these other dudes here. So yeah, we can get this in.
And see, like I just feel like when I play this game, like everything just flowed much more naturally. Like I almost had an idea what to do. You know what I mean? Like I have a
Mm-hmm.
front line. Like I'm not lost. like when I was playing that sorcerer game, like I'm just like, yeah, I know what's wrong, but I have absolutely no idea how to fix it or where to get to.
Yeah, I mean that's just
And like,
comfort in the comp.
yeah, and then like this fight, I'm like, all right, I lost this fight, right? But it's like I know it's gonna get better. Like, oh, I
Right.
got Twitch 1, I got freaking Cogmaw
Hmm.
over there in the corner, throwing
Yeah.
Pit Fighter in.
Yeah, yeah, you can still make your board a lot better. Yeah, yeah. I mean, what you're describing is just like being comfortable in the comp and like the line, and like, it sounds like you play the Sorks a decent bit, but I mean, I definitely think you can go back after the session, play some Sorks, focus more around the Emissary front line because I think that will help you a lot, and then, and
I do too. I think that would be game changing because I think that's like, yeah, I just didn't know
yeah, the
how
other
to.
out is like Elise is pretty good as well. Like if you get Elise, she fits nicely on the board, especially once you hit LeBlanc, but like even before you can kind of fit it.
I hate Elise almost anymore because she's so contested.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
only reason she's such a good unit that you can stick around every board. So I mean, the other day I looked in my lobby and it's like the last 5 people and like literally every board had Elise.
Holy.
4 of them had 1 stars, including mine, and the other guy had like a 2 star. And it's like super. It's just like no one can have her.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. She's pretty contested.
They did nerf her.
Or reforge. Blah. You can honestly reforge this rod again. Like, God, I don't care about this rod very much. I think adaptive helm's a decent tank item if you're looking for that, which I mean, that's what I'm looking for here. BT. Yeah, I like adaptive helm. Just get to a tank item for Mundo. Once again,
I'm
like,
thinking, hey, I'm being greedy.
okay. Okay.
Then I'm like, okay, that solves the problem.
Yeah, there you go.
And that one I actually know to put on a backline unit,
There you go. Yeah. It's like the same idea, basically, as the other one. Okay,
which
yeah.
is so much more familiar with like.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't ever play Experiment Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
I played Bruiser Twitch a lot, but I think this is one of the first times I ever really played Experiment Twitch. I just did it because I knew I had the best in slot items.
Mm-hmm. So I wonder what it is, but like the difference between those comps that you feel so much more comfortable on this than the other one. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just you played too many games of Sork with the not great setup, so you're like, you like doubt yourself. You like get tilted because like you pre-tilt yourself. You're like, oh, another bad Sorks game.
I think what it was is I didn't know the proper front line, and you need the 6 Sorks, which is none of that's inherently tanking really without
Mm-hmm.
the. And I would be too dependent on Swain, and Swain sucks at the
Yep,
late
Swain
end.
Swain just sucks. Yeah, I mean you're
So
not going to be
that's
able
what
to
would happen
like
every game.
on 8 you're usually not going to play 6 Sork just because it's going to, unless you have the Sork emblem. Like if you have Sork emblem then you can play 6, but you need to be level 9 normally to play 6 Sork plus Emissary.
Oh, see, like, yeah, I'm forcing the 6, and then like there's no inherent tankiness, and then like Swain, I'll anomaly him or something, and it just falls off. And then that's what'll happen every single game.
Yeah.
And then it gets frustrating.
Yeah, the only
It's like,
time when you can play 6 plus like just 6 on 8 is maybe if you hit like an at least 2 on your roll down, and then like that's probably enough frontline. But yeah, like you said, yeah, the Swain unit is just not it as a frontliner. You try to solo frontline or even just like frontline Swain and Vlad and have those be your frontliners, they just don't do anything. Yeah. But all right, the spot looks great, honestly. We're one streak in this stage. Our Twitch items are so good. I mean, we hit Twitch 2 and Mundo 2 pretty nicely. Yeah, the spot looks fantastic.
what do I take here? I don't think I mess around with the anomaly too much. Think about it.
I think Giant size is fine. Yeah. I think the attack speed one on Twitch is also not bad. Just because you're really strong now, so like it'll allow you to scale into late game. Like I would have thought that this anomaly is not that good on Twitch, just because you already have so much attack speed from Gwinsu's, but I've seen really good players take it and do well with it. So actually
Is it the
like
cybernetic one?
no, the what is it called? It's like you get 15%
I
attack
don't know
speed,
why.
and every time you get a kill, you get more. I think it was your
Oh,
headhunter.
headhunter. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm the one with the controls.
But yeah, I think that one's pretty decent. Like in a spot like this where you're already strong, like you're gonna get a lot of stacks out of it, and then like you're gonna get to late game and have like a Twitch with 1 billion attack speed and feel good about it. Because like your goal this game is like like winning the game. Like you're so strong already that like you can think about that.
Emissary Storks, by the way, everyone plays it now. Like it's so like
Hmm.
that's all anybody plays now that they buffed the little emissary. I had 4 Triss games in a row where I took second because I could
Hmm.
never hit 3-star Triss.
Oh man, that's tragic.
I was impressed that I got seconds with 2-star Triss.
Yeah, I mean that is pretty good.
Got like 50 stacks on her. It was fun.
Yeah.
Boring, but fun. So
Oh,
I end up realizing that like the way I'm
yeah.
gonna win this is getting the Mundo.
Yeah. That is and yes, anyone else? Yeah, I mean nobody's holding any. So like there's Kate. Yeah, you can definitely play himself Jace. I mean, yeah, the usual thing is like you can play like Vi on this board as well. That links up the traits pretty nicely. I think you had her in earlier and then you cut her. But I mean this board's pretty good as well. The Jace is just a nice unit. And I mean getting Sniper in is good. And
Smokes my
yeah.
kid.
All right, we gotta hit this round. Well, probably. Does Mortdog have us? Roll. Roll, roll, roll. Oh, just right at the end there. Beautiful. And now we just have the biggest Mundo of all time.
And now we just wing in.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny that you got the 3-star though while he's gigantic.
Yeah, he's just huge. Oh, look at the damage. From him. The fight was 2 seconds long. He dealt 5,000 damage. Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's I mean, I think this was a game though. It is funny that you feel so much more comfy on this line because like I think if you have more of, I mean, yeah, if you start playing more towards the emissary type stuff with Sorks, yeah, just like 4 emissary, 4 Sork. If you get +1, you can play 6/4, or if you go 9, you can play 6/4. But yeah, 4 emissary, 4 Sork, and then like an extra unit. You can play Elise, you can play other stuff, like just playing around that. Oh, why didn't we hold the Twitches? We're not going to go for Twitch 3 as well? I can't believe it.
No, can't be too greedy. But one thing I already noticed is a mistake is I haven't taken the Last Whisperer off and put it on Caitlyn. That's a huge mistake, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, I think even earlier, I mean, it's like okay on the Urgot. It's just like Urgot kind of has Last Whisper attached to his ability. Like, I mean, you very often want on a backliner just to like make sure that.
I've probably stopped thinking at this point. Oh wait,
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm
I'm
impressed. Yeah,
still thinking.
and the BT over here. Yeah, I like this.
I'm like,
BT Hodge. Yeah, he's doing so much
oh
damage.
yeah.
Why not?
I was like, you're never gonna kill that man.
Kalen
And
too.
then yeah, pretty capped out.
Mm-hmm.
But I do just think it's like clearly like I played much better throughout the game, like playing
Mm-hmm.
this line than I did like the source. You can just clearly tell that one's just like
Mm-hmm.
just better.
Yeah.
Just better game.
Yeah, but this is also like a game where, because like this first game you took double econ, augment this game. I mean, the shimmer is like kind of econ, but like not really. Like collector is actually like a real item on this Twitch, and so like your board was also like a lot stronger in the mid game because you weren't like stuck with the double econ setup. Like that also hurt you in the Sorks game where like you had to hit an insanely high cap board because we were stuck on double econ. Whereas like this setup, we have the collector to carry us a bit, and that allowed us to stabilize long enough to hit the Mundo 3 because it was close there for a second. I mean, yeah, if that Mundo is like 2 more rolls away, we just like end up dying. But because our board was pretty strong in the mid game, it like allowed us to stabilize hard enough to actually get there.
Sure, I just mean just outside of the fact that like the placement and hitting the Mundo 3, just like I think it's just a much smoother transition from
Mm-hmm.
beginning to the end. Was the
Yeah.
main thing. When I play the AC line.
Yeah.
I just about that, and I think a lot of that had to do with the emissary, just having the missing pieces, so that helps a lot. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think because like I said, your backline in the source game was fantastic. It's just you never had any front line, and if you don't have front line, it's kind of hard to play the game. So
And it's even worse when it's like I could recognize that was the problem, but it's like, what do I do?
yeah, just figuring out what the board actually is. Yeah, it's tough.
Or how to get into it, yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. Any other questions?
Not off the top of my head, but I'll write them down if I think anything, and then I'll just ask you on Sunday.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, I was updating the notes sheet while we were talking, so that's updated, and then I'll right after we hop off, I'll start uploading the VOD, and I'll put the link in there.
All right, perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
And I will have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you Sunday.
Yep. See you Sunday. Good talking to you.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye.